Okay, you guys, welcome to our team call, our monthly team call. I love doing just monthly team calls. I just feel like I can pour more into it. I feel like I'm not taking up tons of your time. And I love it too because we get some cool guest speakers like we have tonight. But I want to talk about a couple things before we get to that point. One of them is if you want to see just the person speaking with, for some reason, can y'all hear me? Okay. Joy, I don't know why your phone is muted, but you're my speaker. It's very bizarre. I know you're special. You're just like, so if you want to have speaker view, I would say click speaker view and hopefully you see me and then soon Ashleen, but right now I see Joy. I don't even get that. So whatever. I love her beautiful face anyway. So, okay, let's talk about Summit. Y'all, Summit is fast approaching. And I just am like, oh my gosh, it's like 30 days away, I think. And Carl keeps posting those countdowns. And each day he does a countdown. I freak out even more. I haven't bought anything for Summit. Not that you need to. But I honestly haven't made my flight reservations, and I noticed they're creeping up there in cost. I'm freaking out. So, but I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. We have a big team going, and it's going to be awesome. Of course, Chris is going to be there with one of his brand new programs, and even if you didn't get into his actual workout, he's going to be in the super workout. He'll have the prime spot, so you'll definitely be able to work out with him live. And also, thank you, Renee. And also, you guys, I have a Summit page so that I'm not flooding the team page with Summit activities, talking about hotels, shuttle passes, what to eat, where to eat, where we'll be meeting, different things like that. If you haven't joined that, then go to our team page, go to the little search bar and type in Summit. Just type Summit in and then kind of scroll down. You'll see it's actually titled Fabulous Force Summit page or Fabulous Force Summit Coaches, something like that. And I want you to add yourself to that. I want you to be fully informed on all that's going on for Summit. Also, in June, and I'm just going to read it because I don't want to mess it up, but we have kicked off a new challenge pack for June. And I want you guys to be aware of that. It's the Shakeology and Portion Fix Challenge Pack. So these are people who already have Beachbody on demand. And now they can add this Shakeology Challenge Pack. You get 2 points. It's $130. And they get Shakeology bag, plus they get the fixed containers and the guide, the portion control guide. So it makes it everything. So if they already have BOD and they're like, oh, I already paid, the $99, or they're on a quarterly payment plan, well, now you can offer them this, and you also get 2 Success Club points, and it's on sale for $130 in the United States and $156 in Canada. So be aware of that. Also, that is new, which I'm so like, yes, is the performance line is an option for the All Access Challenge Pack. We've asked for it and asked for it, and now it is available. So with that performance line, you're going to be getting Energize and Recover, the Portion Fix, all for the $160. So that's cool. So you still get the Portion Fix containers, plus the Energize, plus the recovery tub, and all of that instead of Shakeology, and you do get 2 Success Club points for that as well. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up. Okay, I'm not going to do tons of updating on all of that. That's really all I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to unmute our awesome guest speaker, and let me see. I saw her on here. One second. If you do happen to unmute your line, just pop yourself back on mute just to keep the noise down. But you guys, I'm super excited to talk to Ashleen tonight. I swear I know I keep messing up her name, and she's going to kill me because I even asked her how to say it. But she is from the UK. She's been in the United States. I believe it's 3 years. My stats, which were like right in front of me, are now no longer in front of me. But you guys, she is going to be our UK guru tonight. You're going to be able to ask her lots of questions. What I love about this is that not only is she from the UK, but she's also super successful Beachbody coach. So she's a Success Club legend. She's hit Premier twice in a row, and she was only 2 points away from hitting elite. So to me, in my eyes, girl, you're totally an elite coach. She's a 5-star diamond coach, and she just has tons of spunk and spirit. So I'm excited for you guys to talk to her tonight. And so, Ashleen, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us your story. I know you already have retired your husband. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that because we know you're actually not on our team. You're a Crossline team giving us your time tonight. And I am just honored and blessed to have you here. So if you can hear me, take it away, girl.
Ooh, that was an awesome introduction. It's kind of funny because when you've been here for a while as a coach, you get some things accomplished, but it seems like a longer period of time and you sort of forget these things. Then you hear it and you're like, that was me? Are you serious? I was like, who's she talking about?
Who is this awesome person? Like, where is that person? Oh, wait.
Bizarre. Like, really? I did that? Okay. So thank you all for having me here first and foremost, because I just really wanted to share as much knowledge as I can about the UK. I'm actually from Northern Ireland. My accent's very muddled. I've been living in the US for 6 years, and my accent is really morphed. It's half Southern California, half Belfast, so it's really screwed up.
I think I hear something right now. Well, do I hear something? Yeah, that's
yeah. Exactly. Well, see, whenever I first came here, I met my husband, and he's an Argentinian, and so English is a second language. And then he hears this girl from Belfast, and he couldn't understand anything I was saying. So I had to clear up my English really fast because in Northern Ireland we speak slang. It's like we're up there with the Scottish. Like, you don't know what we're saying at all. So I had to start speaking the Queen's English basically for him to understand me. So I think that was part of why my accent has changed so much. Anyway, my story, I digress. Okay, I'll start at the beginning. Northern Ireland, grew up there since I was 3 years old. I was actually born in Canada, but whatever, I'm Northern Irish. And I've just always been that girl who was never into fitness. I was really kind of anti-fitness, stay away. For as long as I can remember, probably early as first grade, I used to purposely forget my gym clothes so I didn't have to participate. And I would be doing this. I did this for years and years and years where I just shied away from gym class because I had very low self-esteem, very low self-confidence. I was picked on a little bit, probably because I wasn't actually a native to the UK in the beginning. Maybe my accent was a little bit different then too. But I just didn't like anything that put me in the spotlight. So as a result, I grew up being relatively unhealthy, not doing a lot of activities, hiding away from gym class and sports day and all those kind of things. So then I grew up, became a teenager, and started doing the teenage things in Ireland, the underage drinking, smoking, just a general hoodlum. Do you guys even know what that word is? Yeah, okay, good. And I wasn't a bad kid or anything, but I certainly just wasn't healthy. I wasn't overweight, but I had about 20 pounds to lose. I was probably considered skinny fat. I was flabby. I wasn't healthy, you know what I mean? And at that point, when I was a teenager as well, whenever I was 16, Britney Spears was the thing at the time, right? We all remember Britney Spears' abs, right? The rock solid, washboard abs. I wanted those, dude. I wanted those abs big time. And so I started really going on this quest to try to get into shape, get healthier, and so on. But I didn't know where to start. Being from the UK at that time, we weren't really, there was nowhere really to turn to for fitness advice. So I was trying pills, crazy diets. I would get all these weird things off infomercials. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen this thing. It was some kind of weird ab cruncher thing where you sit and you hold it and you have to click it down, and apparently you keep doing that and you get abs. Someone's nodding her head. I saw it. Yeah. See, Stacy, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. You name it, I freaking tried it, right? And of course, none of these things worked. I tried to do the gym, and just because I was so unfit and had such low self-confidence, I would go for I swear, I'd be on the treadmill for 2 minutes and I would turn purple. I'd be sweating. I used to go wearing a baseball cap so people couldn't see my face, but I just used to leave in tears because I just couldn't do it, and I didn't know what to do. And so I felt stuck in this cycle, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, of trying to find this solution, this thing that would work. Anyway, flash forward a little bit. I graduated university, still not feeling great within myself, was coming out of a horrible relationship with a guy, and it was so bad that I just had to leave the country. I just wanted to get as far away from him as possible. So this is why I left Ireland in the first place. I went backpacking. I went to India. I was like, where's the other side of the world? I'm going. So I kind of just went on this quest to find myself, and, you know, as you do. And I somehow wound up in North America, and on day 3, I met my now husband. So that was kind of all meant to be, I guess, that, you know, life gives you a lot of crap sometimes, but some amazing things come out of it if you take advantage of being at rock bottom, I guess. So that was one life lesson learned. So okay, I met my husband, fell in love, lots of border hopping and stuff going on. And after about 1.5 years, we just decided, you know what, we're crazy about each other. Let's get married. We did it sooner than we would, but we knew we'd be together, and we still are, like 8 years later. And we have a toddler and everything. So that began the whole coming here legal process kind of thing, being able to live here, not like just jumping over a border, which I don't really know how people do that anyway. We come in on airplanes, people, come on. Just saying. So anyway, I applied for my green card because we got married, and unfortunately I still had to go back to Ireland. Even though we'd been married for 1 year, we got separated by immigration, and so I had to stay in Northern Ireland and he had to stay in the US for 5 months. We couldn't be together. And I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever been without your significant other for a few days, maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month, few months, 5 months, it's a really, really, really long time to not be with someone who you're married to. And so as soon as I was back in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, I fell into a major depression, basically. And this was like my lowest moment. And I decided in that moment, I've really got to do something for me, for my mind, something to focus on, something that's going to make me feel better. And I remembered when I had been in the US, I saw this infomercial, and I remember this guy was like jumping around like a maniac, screaming, dig deeper, people. And I was like, you know what? That shit is so crazy. It's got to freaking work, okay? It's just got to work. By the way, I swear because I'm Irish. I'm just saying. Sorry if anyone's offended. I'm trying to keep it. Anyway, so I was like, right, this has to work. It looked so insanely difficult. I'm like, I'm doing it. So I remember I got it. I did day 1. I actually almost died of heart failure, but I remember I finished it, right? I got through it, and I was like, dude, I actually got through that alive. If I can do that, I know I can do it again tomorrow. And so I did the second day, even harder. And everyone knows the second day is worse because you're sore, right? You're sore at this point, and you're like, this is really not enjoyable. But I remember by the end of that second day, I was already starting to feel more confidence in myself. Something was starting to light up, like, wow, I just stuck to something for 2 whole days, which sounds really silly, but when you've been searching for something your whole life, that's like such a huge achievement. And I remember day 3 and day 4, I was starting to realize I was lasting a little bit longer, doing 1 or 2 reps more, not getting out of breath so fast. I was noticing the differences on the inside already, and that just, something inside me just lit up. I just started to really believe in myself. My self-esteem started to build, and I was like, wow, okay, I get it. I'm starting to understand why people like fitness, because for me, especially in Northern Ireland, if you saw someone out running, you're like, okay, poser, like, people don't understand people exercising back then, and now it's a little bit different, and I'll get into that. But I started to understand, okay, it's not just a vanity thing. It's because it makes you feel good on the inside, okay? So, yeah, I completed the first week, started to see the results, and that just fueled me the whole way through. Completed 60 days, did another 60 days, got my green card, came back. I was looking hot, chicken wah wah. Hubby was very, very pleased, can I say. And then I started to eat again and all that kind of stuff. I was comfortable again. I wasn't depressed anymore, so I started to gain. And that's the point where a lady found me online, my coach, because I was just like an advocate. I was bleeding Beachbody blue. I was screaming all over Facebook, oh my God, everyone has to do this. Like, I'm that person you want to find, just like an absolute advocate, but doesn't know what a coach is, right? You're like, ooh. So she was like, do you have a coach? I'm like, no. She's like, do you want to be a coach? I'm like, I don't know what it is, but okay. And I really didn't know what it was. I was the easiest sign up in the world. But for me, like I said, I'd come back now. I was happy. I was getting comfortable. I wasn't really working out as much. So I said yes, purely for accountability. I knew that if I became a coach, I'm going to have to really hold myself accountable. I'm going to have to push play every day. People are going to be looking up to me now. So that was enough for me to say yes. But what happened was, after a few months of being in the business and hanging out on my team page, I started to realize there was an opportunity to actually make money. So at this point, guys, whenever I became whenever I came to the US with my green card, it was February 2012. I became a coach in September 2012. I'd been living in this country 6 months. I knew nobody. Absolutely nobody. So if you ever hear someone say, oh, I could never be a coach, I don't know anybody, I crush that objection beautifully. I'm just like, no, sweetie, you do know people. I knew nobody, and I made it work. I literally knew my husband, my roommates, and a few people I just started to get to know at work. Because whenever you're a grown-up, it's not that easy to really make friends because we're not in school anymore, right? And at that point, I wasn't in clubs or organizations or social activities because I was actually really homesick and I was in a transition. I was actually becoming a recluse and hiding away. I had culture shock. So I wasn't really getting out and meeting people. I knew nobody. And I still made this work. And this is why I know that anyone over here who is a bit apprehensive about going into the UK and not knowing anybody, you're just going to have to do exactly what I did here. It doesn't matter if you don't know anybody, you can still make this work. And the way I made it work was as simple as this. I got on social media every single day. I made a point to connect with 3 to 5 new people every day, friend request them, build relationships with them, give them free value. When the time was right, invite them to a challenge. Does this sound familiar? Right? It's the vital behaviors that we're supposed to be doing every single day. Literally. That's all I did over here. And yet everyone I talk to who hears that I'm from Ireland, Northern Ireland, and that I didn't know anybody and I still made it work, they're like, how did you do it? Or whenever they think about the UK and they're like, I won't be able to do it. It's like, it's easy. It's literally what we're supposed to do now. You just add another country, another network to it. You just make a conscious choice of connecting with those people online. So there's a few different ways to do it. Everyone likes to know how I did it in the beginning. So the main thing that works really well for me, I have a like page, but I'm going to be honest, it doesn't do crap. Like I don't get anyone through that thing. Okay. It just does not work for me. Some people rock that, not for me. How it's always worked really well for me is going to groups of like-minded interests, right? In the beginning, when I really didn't know what I was doing, I would go into fitness pages. Worst thing you can do. Like, just don't do it. You don't walk in and go, hi, I'm a Beachbody coach, because they kick you out right away. And as soon as they realize you're a Beachbody coach, they kick you out. So just don't do it. But what you do is you go to groups of like-minded interests. So take a look around, right? I've got my stars, I've got my crystals, I've got angel cards over here. Anyone want a reading? So I'm into really airy, fairy stuff. So I go to those kinds of groups. I go to like spirituality groups on Facebook, meditation groups, all sorts of stuff, holistic healing groups. And I connect with people in those pages, in those groups. And that's how I'm connecting with my tribe. That's how the people I'm adding to my network are just like me, right? And then over time, you just build relationships. And whenever you're ready to go in, you do the invite. So really, that's all you got to be conscious of doing when it comes to the UK, I guess, is the beautiful thing about these groups is, no one usually makes a group just for a country. If you're making a group for like meditation, you're going to find people from all over the world in that group. So just be more conscious of looking for British people. You're always conscious of looking for people in the US and Canada, right? And as soon as you realize someone's from like South Africa or Australia, you're like, right? Well, now you just make sure you include British people too. It's as simple as that. Okay, totally lost my train of thought. So a few tips I actually have for how to connect with people in groups, because there's a good way to do it and a not so good way to do it. The not so good way is, again, going into a group and being like, hi, everybody, I'm a coach. I'm like, oh, kicked out. So what I do that I find is really, really effective, especially if you just joined a new group, is I'll take a little picture of myself. I'll be like, the Bonnie angle, right? That's what I call it. And I will post a picture in the group and I'll just say something like, hey, everybody, I'm new in this group. My name is Ashleen. I'm a mom. I have one toddler boy and I'm just looking to connect with other like-minded toddler moms. Send me a friend request if you'd like to be friends. It sounds so simple. It really was effective. The first time I did it, I got over 100 friend requests. I was like, yeah! it worked. I got a few from a couple of guys as well. I was like, really? I said moms. Okay. Anyway, it always happens. We know it, right? A couple of Indian people too. Always the way. I don't know if it's because I've been to India or what. It just happens a lot. It's funny. Okay, so that's one way to do it. But obviously, whenever you're in a group and you've done that post and you've introduced yourself, you can't really keep doing it over and over and over again. So the next thing that I do is be conscious of like coming back to those groups every day and just connecting with people that are in there. So either responding to other people's posts, like just commenting on them and contributing, engaging with them. And there's a key way to do that, and I call it the CCQ, or the comment compliment question. You should do this on anything, whether it's on your timeline, anything you're connecting to anyone, like commenting on a post or replying on your own post. You always do a comment, you always give them a compliment, and always ask a question. You need to always ask a question to make them answer you, to make them come back. So think about if like you're in your news feed and you see someone's kid and you're trying to like, you're trying to be like, I'm building relationships. If you're like, oh my gosh, cute kid, so adorable, like that's great. You did the comment, you did the compliment, but most likely you're going to get a big fat and you're like, what do I do with that? What do I do with the like? How do I continue this conversation? They just cut me off. So if you end it with a question like, how are you feeling now that they just started first grade? You must be super emotional, or whatever it is, whatever the post was about, always end it with a question. They're going to come back with an answer, because people love whenever you're interested in them. They don't care about you being interesting. They care about you being interested. So always ask a question. That's what I would do in these groups as well. Whether it's their post, I'll look what they're talking about and I just comment something about it. Give some kind of compliment. Sometimes it's a bit hard to find. You have to reach inside and really be like, how can I compliment here? And then just ask a question to get them engaged. So that's one way. The third way I do it is because the whole social media thing and we're supposed to be attracting our tribe, I'll post a lot of things. Like I'll do like live angel readings and I'll share things about healing crystals on my own timeline. So if I'm in like a group like that, I'm like, okay, I just did a post about this. Maybe I should share that post into this group, because that's value that they will really, really appreciate. So if you're in some kind of groups and you write blogs or anything like that, or if you just think it's something to be really useful that those people could benefit, share your post that you made into that group, because then you're going to have people commenting on your post and they're coming and they're talking to you, and then you can engage with them there too. So there's several methods of doing it. I really like that one of sharing posts, because it gives them that value too. It's a little bit special rather than just having a conversation. But just all of those circumstances, whenever you've been talking to someone enough and you feel like you connect, that's where you're just like, look, we connect really well. Like, do you want a friend request? Like, you just do it. It sounds silly, but that's how I did it. You have to be in control of the conversation. And that's honestly how I built my network in the beginning. I had 0 Americans on my freaking Facebook whenever I started, or very little, maybe a couple of people that I knew from university or something. I don't even think I knew anyone. But I started it that way. And the other thing that I did was I had a little free group, an ongoing group at the time. This was before free groups were kind of a thing, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just whatever. So once I was friend requesting these people and we were having a little conversation, I would let them know, I'm a coach and I actually have this free group over here. Like, you don't have to like do anything, or there's nothing to pay. We just hold each other accountable. We do like fun little workout challenges. Maybe one day it'll be a squat challenge or something else. Would you like to join, just for the sake of being in this journey together? And a lot of people would say yes. So not only have I got these people friend requested, now I funneled them into a group of my own where I can give them even more value, where I can essentially coach them. And I mean, really, it was like one post a day, like, hey, everybody, post how many squats you can do in 1 minute or something like that. Just silly little things that we do in free challenges. But that's how I actually built my network in the beginning. I'm not one of these coaches that hit Success Club bazillion overnight. It actually took me 3 months before I hit Success Club 5. And it was really, really, really hard. And it took me 4 months to go Emerald. And it purely was because I did not have that network. But I was building it from day one as soon as I signed up to be a coach. So at that point, 3 months in, I felt like I had this group, enough people that were nurtured enough that would be ready to say yes to my challenge. And so every month I was getting like 2 or 3 people saying yes and joining my challenges. And over time, time. It was just more and more and more. And also at that point, I was working in Whole Foods Market, minimum wage retail job, and I got a whiff of, hey, there's an opportunity here to actually like make money and do this full time. So I was like, hey, I'm all for that. I don't want to work in retail anymore. As much as I loved my job, I don't want to be standing on my feet all day. So I just started making a goal of, okay, I want to match my full-time income. And so within 7 months of becoming a coach, I actually matched my income and I quit my full-time job. And I've been a full-time coach ever since. So over 4 years now. And then I retired my husband from his graphic and web design career a year and a half into coaching. And guys, I wasn't running like a maniac either, but I was consistent. That's the only thing. I mean, whenever I was working in Whole Foods, I was really, really busy. I didn't have a lot of time to put into coaching. So I'd get up a little bit earlier. I would maybe work for 30, 45 minutes before my shift. On my 15-minute break, I'd be on my phone. I wasn't talking to anyone. I was on my phone, checking in my challenges, building relationships. On my 30-minute lunch break, I was on my phone again. And then when I went home, I did maybe another 30 minutes. So I did roughly an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. Wasn't a lot, but I did it every day so that within 7 months, I'd matched a full-time income. Granted, it was retail, it wasn't huge, but it was about $2,000 a month. You know, it was enough money to be like, hey, I'm quitting this job. So I just want you guys to realize that you don't have to be like doing all sorts of crazy numbers or under all sorts of pressure. Just make sure you do your power hours and you're consistent with them every day. And consistency is just the key. And honestly, I'm not even that amazingly consistent. If I was that much better, I dread to think what I could have done. So that's really just how I got from the beginning to where I am now, with zero network. And that's just why I know you guys can do it too. You just have to employ the exact same skills that you're using right now or that you should be using right now. And just make sure that you're connecting with people who are also in the UK now. And another thing I wanted to share just before you guys can start asking questions and all sorts, I just want to let you all know that this is a level playing field, okay? I've talked to a lot of coaches who've talked about, you know, some coaches have advantages and we have disadvantages, or Ashleen, you have an advantage, and people have told me you're going to be the top recruiter or you're going to be the top coach. And I just laughed at them because honestly, it's not my goal, but it's like, I'm just going to be doing what I'm doing now. I go at my pace. I run my journey. I'm on my own path. I really try not to look around and compare anymore, because when I did that, I actually almost quit this business because I just never thought I was good enough because that's what I felt like my entire life. That's kind of what is in there in me. And I'm sure you can all relate to that. You just have to put your blinders on and focus on your own journey. And that's really crucial to this UK launch, because if you're looking around at, oh, look what Melanie Mitchell's doing, or look what blah, blah, blah is doing, I should be doing that too. Or they're going to go in and scoop everyone up right for launch day. Like, that's not what it's about, and that doesn't really matter. Like, yes, would it be nice to have people ready to go by launch day? Of course, but we need to like step back here 1 second. Are we like just here for the business? If you are, that's fine. But I believe with us being in Beachbody, there's something else. We have more heart in it than just that. And I need to remind you all that these people in the UK, that's exactly what they are. They're people, they're not numbers. Okay? They are lives. If you even help one person from the get-go, that's all that freaking matters. Okay? I want you all to feel good about that and not like boo-hoo yourself if you only have one person on launch day, or if you don't have anybody. You just keep going. I didn't have anybody on my personal launch day, did I? I mean, I had all excuses in the world to say no to this business because it really, it took work to get it off the ground. It's going to take a little bit of work, but anyone could do it. And that's why I believe it's a level playing field, because we have 5 months to prepare for it. You're not coming in like Ashleen, like, woohoo, day one, gates are open. What's going on? You have 5 months for the gates to lift up. So you have months to be in these groups, finding British people, connecting with them, giving them value, building a friendship, maybe even get them into a free challenge group, start showing them what you can do. If you want to go one step further, which I'm going to do, so it's one of my secrets, which is not a secret because I'm telling everybody. I'm actually, once I have people in a free challenge group and they've completed that and they love it, I'm going to send them to Beachbody UK to get one program. I'm going to say, okay, look, I have a challenge group coming up. All my North Americans, they actually buy their challenge pack to get in. I know you can't get Shakeology yet. Go get the 21-day fix. They can buy it on amazon.co.uk. .co.uk. I can type it in here. because on Amazon.co.uk, that's where Beachbody sells through. Okay. So they can go there, and if they look up 21 Day Fix, it will say Beachbody UK, and they can get their single program. Yes, you could get them on Beachbody on demand, but I want to get them on one program. So come launch day, they can sign up with their challenge pack with the all access or whatever. So that's just me being a little, but I'm going to get them to get that program. They can join my challenge with everyone else I do challenge groups with, and they can get the challenge group experience before it's even launch day, so that by the end, they could be like total advocates like I was, like running around screaming all over the place. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just did this challenge group with this program. It's freaking amazing. Everyone needs to do it. And guess what? They'll probably be off telling their friends. In fact, I'll tell them to tell their friends, by the way, I'm doing another challenge group. Bring your friends. Tell them to get the 21 Day Fix. My plan is to have a couple of challenge groups done with not only my people, with their people, with their people, so that there may be a couple of generations ready to go by launch day of people who bleed blue, who are ready to sign up as coaches, doing it the right way. I'm not looking for people to sign up at the launch for the business, like, hey, there's an opportunity here and no one's done it yet, it's going to be amazing. Yes, that's completely true, but you're going to find that people who come in just for that, they may fizzle out after a while, because Beachbody's a bit more hard work than that. It's not just the sale and then we don't talk to them ever again. We really have to be there and help them through a lot of stuff. We're basically therapists, right? We're therapists, so we don't bloody get paid for it. So those people fizzle out. And if anything, the last year and a half in my business, it's gone a little bit more like this, because I switched my mentality right after I missed Elite, or around that time. I was recruiting for the business, because everyone was doing that. So I thought that's what I had to do. And as a result, my business started to really taper off. And my quality of coaches for the last year and a half have been so poor. I can't even tell you. The ones that were the lifers and are still around and are still doing something are the ones that came in the first 2.5 years, who were coming in through my challenge groups and falling in love, and they just love the products, and they're not afraid to tell people about it because that's how much they love it. So that's the difference, and that's why I want to set up these people from the start with the love for the product, so that come launch day, they want to be a coach. Hey, look, they have like a bunch of other friends who can probably become coaches too. Dude, they could go diamond in one day. So I don't know. I'm just saying the sky is the limit, but think about it that way. Find people, build relationships, get them in a free challenge group, get them into an actual challenge group with a program, get them results. Say, hey, I've got another challenge group. Bring your friends. Same thing. Hey, I've got another challenge group. Bring your friends. We're all having a big UK party over here of ripped people who are ready to like spread the love all over the UK come launch day. Does anyone have any questions? I talk. I'm Irish and I'm a sapphire. It's such a bad combination.
Ashleen, that was awesome. I took so many good notes. I hope everybody else took good notes too. One of the things I had never thought about, and this just may be because I'm clueless, is sharing a post into a group. And does it show, like, let's just say I share something. Do you share from your like page into a group, or is it from your personal page into a group?
Either or, because my personal page is on public. I did it, I think it was when I was really running with that, I was trying to build my like page, so I was sharing that stuff over, but it was the exact same content. Like what I put on my personal page is the same as my like page. But now I'm back to my personal page. It's what's always worked for me. So I'm just going to share that, and then they can come over and, you know, have a little look around your page, see what you're all about. It works really well.
Yeah, I think that would work really well. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And of course, I love the little, you know, Bonnie Engel, you know, that was hilarious. Yeah. But just to ask, you know, about like-minded, you know, hey, I'm trying to find some like-minded people, send me a friend request. It's so simple. You know, I think we overthink it so much. I mean, I've been in this business forever, you know, and I know I still overthink it sometimes. And so it's like, whoa, pull it back to the basics, you know.
It really is about the basics too. It's so easy to overthink, and then especially when you're looking around at what other coaches are doing, like, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. It's like, you know what, just do what got you successful, or got you to hit Success Club, or even got you a challenge pack. Just do whatever you did and just keep doing it. Just simple as that.
Yes, I think, you know, I think we think that like people in the UK are like aliens sometimes or something. Like they're so different. I hear these people are like, what do I say? Well, like, what do I speak? And I'm like, well, it's pretty similar. I'm thinking that they're pretty similar to us, you know. But I do know, I have a friend who's British living in California, much like you. And he had said that Beachbody's saying, you know, we're going to launch in the fall. and that the word fall isn't really said.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's autumn. That's what he said. And he goes, that will confuse people if you say, we're going to launch in the fall, so be looking out. Like, that's one of the kind of the lingos that you need to take out.
Not really, honestly. If anything, the other way around, if you heard British words and you didn't know what they are, that's one thing. But the world's very Americanized. Everyone watches American movies. We know what the word fall is. So that's not really an issue, honestly. But that's why you have me here to clear that stuff up.
See, that's right. That's right. Okay, so I saw a question. Let's see. What kind of post did you share in the group?
It has to be something that would be relevant to that group. So like I said, if you're in a meditation group, I'm just using one of my examples. I mean, maybe I just found this really cool top. I'm like, guys, oh my gosh, like, look at this, like, hippie dippy top. Like, this is where I bought it. Share the picture. Or, hey guys, I just got this crystal. By the way, this is what it does to heal you and cure you and all that crap. You know, it's something like that. It has to be related to the group that they are going to find valuable. It can't just be, hey guys, look at me doing 21-day fix in a group about skydiving, you know?
Yeah, totally. No, I think that's a great question. I had a question. Okay, so people, and I know you said yes, so they watch American TV and, you know, the Kardashians and whatnot, I'm sure, throughout the United, you know, everywhere. And so fitness, you know, I think I asked my friend, he's like, yes, there's gyms, there's big gyms, people are fit and healthy. Are they obsessed about it as much as American people are? I mean, is it to be thin and skinny, or is it just kind of like we just want to be healthy, or, you know, you guys are kind of crazy out there, or what is the look on just health and fitness in general?
We're definitely crazy. Like, I wouldn't take that away from us. And I'm just speaking for the Northern Irish. I don't include the English because they're a little bit boring. Only joking. Anywhere that's westernized, any of the Western countries, even Australia, anywhere like that, it's literally like America, just a different accent. Like, we have the same kind of outlook. We all overindulge. There's obesity problems. There's McDonald's in every corner. I mean, I'll give you a little example of the town I'm from in Northern Ireland. There's like this square, the main square. And within that, there's like a McDonald's, a KFC. There's like about 3 or 4 chip shops, so like fish and chips, where you get deep fried everything. Then there's like Chinese takeouts. There's Indian, there's Thai. There's a couple of Indian restaurants. They're really good, by the way. Like, everything is fast food. Like, you wouldn't believe. They have everything. And then in between all those, pubs, right? That's how we work. So there's definitely a crisis over there. But definitely there's a need. People want to feel better, look better, feel healthier, feel better on the inside. I mean, there's an LA Fitness where I come from. You know, there's tons of like gyms, CrossFit. They have Beachbody Live. My best friend over there is a PIO instructor. They have everything. It's literally the same as this country, the same need, the same want, same problems. Even political problems are really similar.
I didn't know there was Beachbody Live. I didn't know how, because are there master trainers over there, right? So there's some master.
I think there are master trainers. Someone's training them, that's for sure. I think they're master trainers.
Okay. So when you say Beachbody Live, it's Beachbody programs in groups? I mean, in like a gym? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, my friend is a PIO instructor. She teaches PIO classes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're right. Somebody's going over there and teaching them. So there's obviously master trainers over there.
Yeah. Also, what I wanted to share was, we're not coming in as a company that's unknown. It's not like you guys are, what? What do you do? What? Everyone knows Beachbody. I mean, the infomercials are everywhere for a start. And the fact that there are Beachbody Live classes, Shaun T has marketed himself so well over there. Like, Shaun T is king. If you even just mention Insanity or Shaun T, people will know what you're talking about more than P90X or anything else. I mean, I was there in November and I actually saw myself on an infomercial, which is kind of weird because the same infomercial over here, I'm not even on it. So that was kind of bizarre. Like, everyone knows these products. They know what Beachbody is, or they know of it. So that's a really, really good thing to have in our favor, that we're not coming in with this unknown product. People are very keen to get their hands on it, and they have been for quite a long time.
That's good to know. Then that's pretty cool. I know that one of the things, like you had mentioned, is we can't really be in that comparison game of like, we got to scoop our fair share. You know, let's make sure that we get our fair share. They're going to see through that. I mean, so would we. You know, we don't want to just be a number, and we want to be we want to be wanted and we want to see the value in it. So we just need to make sure that we do build those friendships. I know people are like, how many people can I grab in friends, you know, and they're going to see through that.
I mean, with me, especially in the beginning, I was really doing that in the beginning because I had no network. I was just like taking everyone, right? And as a result, I had the most bizarre people build relationships with me. Like there was a lot of headbutting with some people, like just very, very different people. And then I started to work out the whole connect with your tribe thing, wow. You know, your niche. And that's so important. So that's another thing. Like if you're just finding people through a like page and it's like, hey, I'm the top coach, join me. Well, you're going to get all sorts and you don't want that headache either. It's so much better to be really pitching to your niche, as Lindsay Matway would say, and connecting with the people who are really going to connect with you. I mean, if you run a like page, you could target the UK with specific ads. And if I were to do that, I don't know if I'm going to do it. You know, I might do something that really screams me, like something really airy fairy to connect with the people over there who are really airy fairy, because that's who I want. It's just not become about a numbers thing to me. And if it's to other people, that's fine. But I prefer to just make those genuine connections and have a good time while doing this job and not having stress and a headache with people that I just really wish weren't in my life. Sorry to say that, but you know, it happens, you know.
Every time you say airy fairy, it makes me smile. Every single
airy fairy. Yeah, I'm a unicorn. No, I don't like to say I'm a unicorn. I don't think I'm that bad. Maybe.
I love it. I love it.
I could drink.
Ingrid has asked, are there any specific marketing laws we need to be aware of?
You need to watch the Beachbody UK webinar if you guys have not seen that already with Jeff Hill and Arnold. You cannot go in saying ground floor opportunity, meaning, hey, no one's ever been involved in this. Get in here right at the start. You're going to be rich. You cannot say that whatsoever. You cannot say that Shakeology is a weight loss product, which you shouldn't anyway, because it's not. It's a health supplement. It's to get you healthy on the inside with all the adaptogens that balance your hormones and superfoods and so on. But what happens to be a byproduct of eating healthy and working out? Losing weight. That's how you get it out there. But you don't just say it's a weight loss thing, because for me it's not. I mean, I could eat crap all day and drink Shakeology. I'm not going to lose weight, you know.
Right, exactly. For sure. I wish, right?
Right.
And you can find that webinar in your back office. So just go there. It's on the right side, just on the news. Just kind of keep clicking down. You'll see it there. You answered this other question. It was sent privately, but it did talk about target marketing, target advertising. I feel like you kind of touched on that. And those are all the questions I have written down here. Does anybody want to pop in a question real quick before we let Ashleen go? I've just been, you know, I've learned so much, and thank you. I know that when you posted like, hey, I'll speak on your call, I know you had a ton of people respond to you. So I was just glad that I could scoop you up and plug you into a time slot here.
My pleasure. I know I actually did kind of get too many people and I had to cut it off. So I have a recording that I'm giving to people of me. Mike Ryan interviewed me, so we're sending that out. So you guys have me live. Yay, you got in there.
Yeah, thank you. And I do have this recording, so if you wanted, I can send that to you too if you wanted to use it for anything. But we are definitely thinking, let's see, one more. How do you do looking people at specific? Oh, I don't even know. Do you know how you look for people specific locations?
So I'm not really going to get into that because that's a whole other ball game. What you need to do is look up like page trainings, because you can't really do it from a personal page. Mm-hmm. If you have a like page, you can definitely boost posts and target them to specific countries, specific, you know, you can pick women or men, you can pick an age group and so on. You can filter out if you don't want a certain type of person. So I kind of do that. I like to look for people who like astrology pages and things like that. You can target that kind of stuff. So just think about who you are and what you are into. Like if you're a person of faith, you want to connect with people like that. If you're more into like, you know, skydiving, I don't know, for example, and, you know, or you're an atheist or whatever, you know, you target whatever you are. So you just have to make a list of yourself. I love red wine. Maybe I'll start targeting wine pages. No, I probably should not do that. Scratch that idea. That's probably the one thing you should not do right now.
That would have been fine, but you know,
Scotty will be like, what's she up to?
Yeah, exactly. He'll be turning.
Yes, just think about what makes you you, and you can actually go to your like page and do that. But like I said, for me, groups are what works, and it's a little bit more hard work, but it's a way of really connecting with your tribe and building relationships from the start. And getting that permission from that person for the friend request is so crucial, because it shows they actually like you enough to say yes to want to be a part of your life and your page. And if you're doing the right thing on your own social media every day and sharing a little bit of your life and your story and being vulnerable and showing your Beachbody story at the same time, when they come over and check out your page, when you ask for their friendship, you know, it'll be good to catch their eye right away. So Bonnie Engel or someone always says, like, in the first 3 posts, they need to see something about you being a coach or something inspirational. And that's what they want to see. And that will make them want to connect with you even more. It's like, dude, this person's in the meditation and they do this. Awesome. Yeah.
You know, one thing I really love about hearing you speak is that you're so all about like your avatar, your tribe, like who you are, and stick with that. Because those are the people that are fun to work with. Those are the people that get you, you get them. But when you try to go women between 18 and 65, everybody, it's like, no, it's not fun. You're pulling people. You're not connecting the right way. And it's just hard work. And there's so many people, no matter what you're into, there's other people, thousands and thousands just like that. And so those are the people that we need to be sharing with. And I love that you just stay on point with that.
Yeah, I think I just learned the lesson too many times the hard way.
Yeah, well, trust me, I've learned that and many more the hard way too, for sure. It's yeah, you learn and go, what? I want to teach you. Don't do this, you know. So we really appreciate it. We totally do. Thank you so much for your time. And I know it's late and you want to get with your kid, you know, your little one. So I'm going to let you go, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's totally fun. You guys look like you enjoyed it. I saw a few laughs, so that's always good.
Yes, lots of yes, for sure.
I like Renee. She was laughing. Renee's my friend. Yeah. Yay.
Yes.
One person laugh, I'm like, okay, I'm not a total nerd.
All you have to do is say airy fairies, and then we all laugh. You have a great night, and I hope to see you at Summit. When I do, I'm going to come up and hug your neck and say thanks.
Ooh, yes, okay, because I'm that sort of person that I don't think anyone remembers me, so just come over and I'll be like, oh my God, hi. Anyone, any of you, if you recognize me, probably won't. All right, have a great night. Thank you so much, guys. It's been super fun, and go rock this launch. You have 5 months to do this. You have plenty of time to build up and make connections and help people over there. It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.